a distinction that you've made here today that I think is important. I'd like for you to share with us a bit about how this problem has grown in its scope and the difference between organized crime and what you would categorize as narco-terrorists. Tell us, what is a narco-terrorist and what has led you to that conclusion?
Great question. I really appreciate that because I lived this nightmare for many years, over 10 years. When I was the head of the Special Operations Division, I wasn't reading in the local newspapers. I was living it with my counterparts around the world. And so China started the synthetic bombing campaign around 2008, 2009 with K2 spice and bath salts. Please go read about it. You'll see all the catastrophes in the country from those synthetic drugs. Then around 2012, they started with the fentanyl analogs in the mail services through the internet websites. Then they diverted, started sending pure fentanyl to Mexico. They also started, of course, for years, they've been sending precursor chemicals to make methamphetamine. That's why we have tons of methamphetamine in the country. We didn't even talk about that today. That's another whole hearing. Now, in Mexico, they're using all of that money, they're building up capabilities, they're buying weapon systems, they're dropping C4 explosives on their adversaries. I went down to the border, and there were 9,000 drones coming into America surveilling our brave men and women in Border Patrol. This is unacceptable. We're at war with the cartels, but we're still treating it like they're drug traffickers. They're not drug cartels. Please stop saying drug cartels. They're narco-terrorists like we've never seen. They run the country in Mexico. They intimidate, they corrupt, they are slaughtering people, chopping off heads, dismembering bodies, and they have arsenals. They have weapons that we don't even have, in certain countries around the world. So they have evolved. Everything's evolving. And the problem is the government is still using old talking points. This is not grandpa's opioid crisis. Okay, the pills, that's years ago. Yes, kids got addicted because of Big Pharma, somebody said that. And Big Pharma never got held accountable because it's all about the money. Now, the cartels and China are the focus of our problem, so we need to deal with them.